As you take a moment to notice the flow of energy around you, you begin to realize in the dance of life, separation is simply a point of focus, a way of highlighting contrast, but not an end in itself. It's neutral. It's neither good or bad. It's just a space where opposites exist to create a greater whole. And as you acknowledge that, you start to see something truly remarkable. That space, that separation, becomes the birthplace of energy. It's in this place, in this polarity, that all the creative energy flows. It's where potential is sparked, where movement begins, and where possibilities unfold in ways you haven't even imagined before. You can feel the energy shifting, can't you? The moment you notice the contrast, the differences, something magical happens. It's like a spark igniting, a force ready to be harnessed. And as you begin to work with this energy, you feel yourself becoming more fluid, more adaptable, effortlessly able to transform every experience into a dance of creativity. It's as if you are the artist of your own reality, the conductor of your own symphony, guiding each moment to unfold with playful creativity, with love, with connection. It's almost as if you're noticing how effortlessly you can turn every situation, every encounter, every challenge into something fun, something joyful, something connected. And you begin to understand deep within that the space between things is not a barrier but an opportunity, a chance to play, to experiment, to explore. It's as if the world is asking you to step into it with a playful curiosity, to engage with the contrast, to embrace it, to find the potential that lies there, waiting to be discovered. Now as you embrace this idea, you start to notice something interesting. The more you allow yourself to see separation as an invitation, the more it becomes clear that the energy between the polarities is a form of connection. You may find yourself feeling more connected to those around you, more connected to the world, even when there seems to be distance. It's in this dance of opposites that the magic happens. And as you become more attuned to this, you realize every action, every thought, every feeling becomes part of this dance, part of this creative flow. Now imagine yourself in a moment where there's a choice to be made. You might think of it as a decision, a fork in the road. But as you step back and really see it, you realize the separation, the polarity between choices. It's simply the contrast that fuels the creative process. Each option is like a colour on a palette, waiting for you to choose the shade, to mix the possibilities. And with each choice, you become more fluid, more creative, more alive with energy. It's almost as if you're playing with reality itself, moulding it to fit your desires, your goals, your sense of connection. And as you notice this, you begin to see how easy it is to use the power of polarity in your life. It's like discovering a new skill, a new language, a new way of interacting with the world around you. You understand deep within that separation, it isn't something to avoid or fear. It's something to use, something to embrace. Because it's the very thing that allows you to create, to shape, to experience life in the most beautiful and exciting ways possible. What's fascinating is that as you play with this separation, as you embrace the contrast, you begin to see how much love is in that connection. It's like the love between opposites, the harmony created by the tension between differences. And in that you discover something even more extraordinary. Love and connection flow from every interaction, from every moment, from every shift in perspective. And as you deepen your understanding of this, it becomes even clearer by choosing to work with separation in an empowering way, by choosing to recognize polarity as the fuel for energy. You unlock an incredible source of creative power. It becomes effortless to transform any reality into something beautiful, into something full of love, fun and connection. The world becomes your playground, and you step into it with confidence, curiosity and excitement. And all along you realize, the more you engage with these patterns, the more they become ingrained in who you are. The more you experience separation as the source of energy, the more you recognize the possibilities of creativity, for love, for connection. It's as if each choice, each shift, each transformation becomes easier and easier, flowing naturally from one to the next. You effortlessly move through life with a sense of purpose, with a sense of power, and with a sense of playful connection to the world around you. So the next time you encounter separation or polarity, remember, you have the ability to transform it, to create with it, to play with it in ways that fill your life with energy, love and connection. It becomes just another invitation to step into your creativity, your power, your joy, and your love for the world. And each moment, every experience becomes an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to create, an opportunity to love and to connect in ways that were once unimaginable. And you can feel that excitement, that energy building within you, guiding you to where you want to go, leading you into a future with confidence and wonder. So as you continue to breathe deeply and notice the rhythm of your body, you may begin to realize the contrast, the space between things. It's not something that needs to be filled. No, it simply is. Neutral, peaceful, yet full of potential. And the moment you pause to see this, something begins to shift. You feel how easily you can choose to focus on the energy, the charge that arises naturally when opposites meet. It's almost as if you can see the energetic spark in every situation. How polarity isn't a wall but a doorway, an invitation to enter the flow of creative possibility. And as you become aware of this, perhaps you notice how quickly you're able to transform any reality into something more playful, more creative. It's as if your mind effortlessly shifts into a state of curiosity, like a child discovering the world for the first time. Each new experience unfolding with wonder. And you find that with each shift, you naturally move towards love and connection, effortlessly blending the contrasts, using them as stepping stones towards something greater, something filled with energy and joy. There's an understanding, almost like a knowing, deep within you now. Separation is neutral. It doesn't have to mean division or distance. It can mean the creation of something new, something exciting. And as you realize this, you feel a sense of relief, because now, instead of avoiding separation or fearing it, you can embrace it as the powerful creative force it truly is. You can feel how easily this energy flows through you, how effortlessly you move from one experience to the next, each one becoming more interesting, more connected, more alive. It's like each contrast, each moment of separation now becomes a key to unlocking even more energy. The more you notice, the more you see how this polarity is always present, and how it simply wants to fuel your creativity. It's almost as if by recognizing the space between things, you effortlessly open up more and more pathways to your own power. You can feel it, can't you? The feeling of energy is rising, expanding, ready to create something new. And each time you use that energy, it flows more easily, more naturally, more powerfully. The more you connect with this idea, the more you begin to see you have the ability, the power to transform any reality into something of your own design, something fun, something filled with love, something full of connection. It's like every situation, every moment becomes a canvas just waiting for you to paint your own masterpiece of creativity. And you realize now, all it takes is a shift in perspective, a subtle change in how you see separation, how you see the contrast. And the beauty is, once you realize separation, it isn't something to fear or avoid, but something to work with. You effortlessly begin to play with it. You start to see the contrasts around you in a playful way, like a game, like a challenge designed to draw out your best creative self. It's almost like the more you embrace the differences, the more your own energy grows, the more fluid you become. And with each new step, you begin to feel even more connected to yourself, to others, to the world, as if your ability to create, to transform, to connect grows exponentially. You can feel it now, can't you? Each shift in how you see the world, each new way of interpreting the space between things, makes you feel more empowered, more playful, more connected. It's as if every breath that you take aligns you more fully with the energy that's always present, just waiting for you to tap into it. And with every tap, with every interaction, you open up more possibility for creativity, for fun, for love. It's almost like you begin to realize there's no limit to what you can create when you embrace separation as a tool of power. When you see the energy in polarity as a direct source of fuel for your creative fire, you start to see it everywhere, effortlessly. And as you see it, you notice how easily you can transform your reality into something that aligns perfectly with your deepest desires. It's as if you now possess an infinite well of energy that you can tap into at any moment, just by remembering that separation, it isn't a barrier but a doorway. Every time you embrace this perspective, you become more skilled at playing with the energy of contrast. It becomes second nature to you, as if you've always known this truth on a deep level, just waiting for the right moment to remember. And now that moment is here. You begin to see the world not as divided or separate, but as a rich tapestry of possibilities, where every polar opposite is simply part of the larger dance of creation. And you truly realize, that you are the creator of your reality, and the separation you once saw as a division is now a powerful force you can mold, shape, and play with. You can feel your ability to transform your world expanding with each breath. And the more you practice, the more this becomes natural, effortless, and exciting. You begin to understand at the deepest level that you can use the separation to bring more love, more connection, and more creativity into your life, flowing effortlessly through you, creating connections that were once impossible. And with this knowing, you become more and more skilled at creating fun and connection, at transforming any experience into something joyful, meaningful, and empowering. The more you embrace this, the more your reality bends to your will. Polarity no longer seems like a challenge, but a source of endless creativity. And now you find it's effortless to use this creative energy in every area of your life. It becomes your natural state. It becomes the way you move, think, and feel, creating love, fun, and connection in everything you do. You begin to feel it now, this incredible ability to work with the energy of separation, to play with polarity in ways that empower you, that guide you to new levels of creativity and connection. And each step, each thought, each action becomes more aligned with the natural flow of creative love and energy. It's as if you've unlocked a hidden source of power within you, ready to be used at any moment. And the more you tap into it, the more you find life becomes a delightful adventure, full of endless opportunities for love, connection, and joy. So as you continue to relax, letting the rhythm of your breath deepen, you may start to notice something fascinating. There's a subtle shift happening within you, an opening, a new awareness. You begin to see separation. It's not a space to fear or resist. No, it's simply a natural part of the flow. It's neutral. And in that neutrality, you can feel an incredible potential rising, ready to be shaped, molded, and transformed into something powerful, something yours. And as you continue to breathe, perhaps you notice how effortlessly energy flows from this space. It's like the moment you see polarity, you feel an exciting energy surge within you. It's as if polarity is the ignition, the spark that powers your creativity. And in the blink of an eye, you see how naturally you can take that energy, that spark, and transform it. Each separation, each contrast, simply becomes a doorway to the next creative opportunity, to the next loving connection, to the next playful moment. You may find that with each new contrast, you don't need to work hard to create. You just know. You know. The space between opposites. It's not a place of division. It's a source of power, of movement, of growth. You might even feel this energy rising within you, pulling you forward, moving you naturally towards creating something new, something exciting, something that fills you with joy and love. It's like you can feel the charge in every contrast, every choice. As you notice it, you feel it so easy to let that charge fuel your imagination. It's almost as if you're stepping into a new way of thinking, where the contrast, the separation, is just a part of the creative process. You might even begin to see how this new perspective effortlessly aligns with everything around you. It's like each new moment becomes an invitation, and you naturally accept it. And when you accept it, you can feel how much more connected you become, connected to yourself, to others, to the world. It's as though you're learning to flow with the energy of life itself, knowing that every moment is full of possibilities, full of playful potential. With every shift in how you view the world, every time you see separation as a creative force, you begin to notice just how effortlessly you can turn any situation into something you love, into something you're deeply connected to. It's as if you're discovering a new language, a new way of seeing everything, where the contrasts create an effortless rhythm, a natural flow you can tap into at will. And as you continue to play with these contrasts, you might start to realize how much fun it can be to move between opposites, to feel the power of polarity, to see how the tension between them creates the energy that propels you forward. It's almost like being on a swing, moving back and forth, each swing full of creative potential, each shift an opportunity to choose what you create next. You may notice this new way of thinking becomes a part of you, like a skill that's always been there, waiting to be realized. It's as if in every moment you're becoming more and more fluent in the language of creativity, of love, of connection. You effortlessly tap into the flow of life, and each choice, each polarity, becomes an opportunity for more love, more joy, and more connection. It's a natural, easy process for you now, and you may even find the more you practice this, the more exciting it becomes. With each moment of contrast, you discover a new wave of energy, a new burst of creative love waiting to be explored. It's like a treasure chest of endless possibilities opening to you. You can feel how each decision, each shift, is naturally guided by the energy of play, of fun, of connection. And as you tap into this energy, you notice how much easier it becomes to create the reality you desire. There's no struggle, no effort, only the flow of possibility that unfolds in front of you, like a river, and you're the one who gets to guide it. As you realize this, something else becomes clear to you. Every time you embrace this dance with separation, this play with polarity, you become more skilled, more confident in your ability to transform, to create, to connect. It's almost like you're becoming a master of energy, able to shape it and direct it with effortless ease. You can feel how each new experience, each contrast adds to your power. It's as though the more you play with this, the more you become it, and the more natural it feels. You might notice something else happening now. The more you embrace this view of separation, the more you see it's not about division at all. It's about connection. The more you connect with the energy between polarities, the more connected you become with everything around you. It's like the more you see the space between things as a source of energy, the more energy flows towards you, through you and from you. The more you recognize the power in separation, the more connected you become with yourself, others, and the world at large. It's as if each moment, each choice, is guided by this new awareness of how easily you can transform separation into love, into creativity, into connection. And now with each breath, each thought, you effortlessly deepen your connection to this source of creative power. It's like a symphony of energy, playing in perfect harmony, and you're the one conducting it. And the more you feel this energy, the more you realize you can play with it in any way you choose, creating, shaping, and molding your reality in ways that fill you with joy and with love and limitless connection. It becomes so effortless now, so natural. You can feel the transformation happening deep within you. You know at any moment you can tap into the creative flow, guiding it towards the life you desire, full of connection, love, and infinite possibilities. The energy of separation, the polarity, it all becomes fuel for your creativity, your power, your love. And the more you play with it, the more you see just how much fun it is to create from this place, to transform anything into something beautiful and connected. And every time you embrace this, it becomes even more effortless, even more exciting, even more powerful. And you find yourself naturally moving through life with a sense of play, of love, of connection, transforming every moment, with every experience, into something that fills you with boundless energy, creativity, and joy.